In this video, I'm going to be sharing 10 of my most unique fragrances. I have 9 niche fragrances plus 1 designer fragrance on this list. These are fragrances that are really complex and even I struggle sometimes to wear them. Don't get me wrong guys, these are good fragrances, but I just think they're complex and unique and I wanted to share them with you guys. So if you want to find out what these fragrances are, please don't go anywhere. So welcome back to my channel guys. Yes, this is a good one and I can't wait for you to find out what these fragrances are. But before we jump in, if this is your first time landing on my channel and you like fragrances and you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Please like this video and don't forget to click that bell icon so you can get notified whenever I drop a new video. So starting off right away guys, we'll go to the house of Bohoboco. And the first fragrance will be Polished Potatoes here, and the second one would be Wild Carrot Oud. And this would be my number 10 and this would be my number 9. So starting off with Polished Potatoes here, this is one that I've talked about a lot this year. And this fragrance was sent to me earlier this year, I believe maybe in January or so. And yeah, it's really unique and it's complex in terms of the composition. But personally, I don't find this one to be as hard to wear or even hard to pull off compared to some of the other ones on this list. And guys, this is an earthy, spicy, ambery fragrance with some patchouli, I believe. There's some earthy notes in here, there's oud in here, there's leather in here. I mean, guys, with this fragrance, you get all kinds of things in here. And like I said, it's not really complex to my nose. I mean, I've been able to wear this fragrance a lot, and interestingly, I get a lot of good comments from people when I've worn this fragrance, but I still consider this one to be one of the most unique ones from my collection. And Polished Potatoes here will be a great fragrance to wear in the fall season. This will also make a great winter scent. But yeah, with this one, you have to really be into unique smelling fragrances, and even I struggle to wear this one. So yes, guys, that's Polished Potatoes by the house Bohoboco, and we move on to number 9. And still at the house of Bohoboco, the next fragrance is called Wild Carrot Oud. Yes, this is a weird name for a fragrance, but yeah, what we have here, this is in your face type of oud. This fragrance is really woody, it's really oudy, and this one I find to be quite earthy. I mean, smelling this fragrance, you can just smell that bitterness in this fragrance from the dark woods in here. And with this fragrance, there's carrot in here, there's oud in here, there's cedar in here, there's leather in here, there's tobacco in here, and there's a lot of notes in here. And with this brand, you already know what to expect. They make really unique fragrances, and this is definitely one of my most unique fragrances in my collection, and that's why it's on my list, guys. You have to really be into oudy fragrances. You have to really be into woody, earthy, leathery, fragrances to wear this one, guys. And even I personally find it hard to wear this fragrance to some places just because I don't want to get weird looks from people. But yeah, with this one, I appreciate the art in here. I also like the creative direction that this fragrance goes into, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that would appreciate this one. So guys, that's Wild Carrot Oud by Bohoboco, and we move on to the next one. So the next fragrance I'm going to be sharing is from the house of Xerjoff, and this one is called Indochine. Yes, Indochine by Xerjoff is one I've enjoyed for many, many years. And this fragrance I've had for about 5 years now. And it's just a lovely one. Yeah, it's a unique fragrance. And yes, this one is not the easiest to pull off. And what we have here is oud. We have some fruits in here. And also, guys, there's some caramel in here. Yeah, the caramel in here is not a star player. It's like in the background. What we have here is mostly a combination of oud and fruits, and just gives you that mix of woods and that tropical vibe in here. The composition in here is straightforward with the notes, but what we have here is a dark woody fragrance with some fruity touches. There's a little bit of a sweetness in here, but yeah, mostly it's about the oud and the fruits from me in here. I believe there's a little bit of a musky quality here as well, but yeah, that's what you get with this fragrance. It's quite complex. This one is not the easiest to pull off. Some people might not like this fragrance. And yeah, this one goes into a little bit of a barnyardy direction with that oud in here. It's not the easiest to pull off, like I said. It's one that I really appreciate. It's one of my most unique fragrances in my collection, and that's why it's on my list, guys. Guys, let me know in the comments if you've tried Indochine here by Xerjoff, and we'll move on to the next one. So the next fragrance I'm going to be sharing is one I've talked about a lot on this channel. And yeah, this is the only designer fragrance on the list, and it's none other than Tobacco Oud by Tom Ford. This is a complex fragrance. This is hard to pull off. And yeah, this is for the big boys. This fragrance has some boozy qualities. I mean, it's so good, but at the same time, it's hard to pull off for me personally. I definitely appreciate the art with this fragrance. I see the quality in this fragrance, but it's just so complex and quite unique that I struggle to wear this fragrance. I also find it really difficult to pull off, especially when I'm going out. And most of these fragrances are fragrances you would mostly wear for yourself, because I don't see too many people that would enjoy smelling like some of these fragrances. And some of the notes we have with this one, we have whiskey at the top, we have some tobacco in here, we have some oud in here, there's some incense in here, there's some cinnamon in here, there's a little bit of a sweetness in here that I can't put my finger on. But again, this is one of those fragrances that I appreciate, and it's one of my most unique fragrances in my collection. And I've had some people offer to buy my bottle here. Unfortunately, I'm not willing to sell this one just because I'm not ready to part ways with this fragrance. Definitely appreciate the quality, but I just simply struggle to wear this one. And guys, let me know if you've tried Tobacco Oud here by Tom Ford, and let me know what you think about this one in the comments below. We move on to the next one. And guys, this is a quick disclaimer that none of these fragrances on this list are safe blind buys. I highly recommend you try these fragrances before you buy. If possible, get a sample and see how you feel, because some of these fragrances I personally haven't worn in a long time, or some of them I've hardly worn maybe 1 or 2 times. And the next one is one of those fragrances, and this one is from the house of Bortnikoff, and it's Sayat Nova. And Sayat Nova here, till this day, I'm still asking myself why I got this fragrance. It's so weird that now that I smell this fragrance in front of the camera, I'm starting to be like, maybe I can wear it. But guys, in all honesty, I'm not gonna wear this fragrance. And it's not because I don't like what it smells like. But again, I just struggle to find the right place to wear this fragrance and to find the right people that would appreciate this kind of scent. What we have here is a woody, oudy vanilla fragrance with some fruity touches, with some rum in there. I mean, I believe there's also some mossy qualities in here as well. And I think the oud in here is the oud from Laos, which is one of the kind of ouds that I don't enjoy. I also don't like the Indian oud or fragrances that have that Indian oud. They're really, really in your face. I mean, sometimes I get in the mood and I can wear those fragrances, but for the most part, I don't really like them, and I don't really want to smell like that for a long period of time. And I hope that makes sense, guys. But yeah, Sayat Nova is one of those unique fragrances in my collection that I struggle to wear. It's also one of my most complex fragrances in my collection. But interestingly, I have a few friends that have come over and tried this fragrance and they like it. So again, maybe that's why I'm being patient. Maybe one day I'm going to appreciate this one. And guys, I want you to tell me what you think about this one, if you've tried it, and how you would rate this fragrance out of 10. So yes, that's Sayat Nova here by Bortnikoff. And let me know which fragrance from Bortnikoff here is your favorite one, because one of my favorite ones is called Musk Khabib, I think. Really beautiful fragrance, but really pricey. And that's the same for most fragrances from this brand. So guys, that's Sayat Nova here, and we move on to the next one. If you're looking to shop fragrances here in Canada or in the States, I have a link in the description below where you can shop some designer fragrances, niche fragrances, indie fragrances, tester bottles, and even clones. Guys, you're welcome to use my promo code PFC5 to get 5% off. So the next fragrance I'm going to be sharing is from the house of Clive Christian, and this is another complex fragrance. I find this one to be really unique, and it's none other than Clive Christian's Gourmand Oriental with sweet cloves. Yes, this is another unique fragrance. This is a woody fragrance with lots of spices. That's all I'm getting, guys. It's woody with a lot of spices, and you can just pick up that clove in here. Like, it's full of cloves. And this is not, I'm not talking just cloves. Like, this is like a lot of cloves in this fragrance. There's some sweetness in here. This is a potent fragrance. This one is in your face, and you really have to like spicy fragrance to appreciate this one. And some of the notes with this one, we have rum, we have apricot listed as part of the notes. Of course, there's that clove in there. There's cinnamon in here. There's some vanilla in here, and I believe there's some caramel listed in here as well. And speaking about Oriental fragrances, this is what Oriental fragrances smell like. This is not for everyone. This is definitely unique. This one is definitely complex. And yeah, that's why it's on my list. It's one I really don't pull for, especially because I have to find the right place to wear this fragrance, or I have to be in the mood for this kind of scent, which that's often not the case with me. But yes, guys, let me know if you've tried Clive Christian's Gourmand Oriental here, and let me know what you think about this one in the comments below. So the next fragrance I'm going to be sharing is one I've talked about recently, and it's none other than Amouage King Blue. Yes, King Blue by Amouage is one fragrance that's really unique. It's one fragrance that's quite complex. Well, Not too complex, but yeah, it's quite unique. And yeah, this one would turn heads. But with this fragrance, it took me some time to start to appreciate. It's not the easiest to pull off. It's quite unique. It's quite complex. And most people might not want to smell like this, and I get it because this fragrance is quite woody. This one is leathery. I believe there's incense in here as well. And yeah, there's a lot going on in here. Until this day, I'm not sure the story behind this fragrance. I'm not sure why there's blue listed here because there's nothing blue or aquatic or marine about this fragrance. This is straight up an Amouage fragrance with incense, with those woods. I believe there's leather in here as well. There's a tiny bit of sweetness with this one, and I think it's those fruity notes at the top of this fragrance. And yes, because there's blackcurrant listed at the top with this one, there's also mandarin orange listed at the top here. It's such a great fragrance in my opinion. One that took me some time. It's one I'm starting to appreciate and one I'm starting to enjoy. And yes, this one is complex and unique, and that's why it's on my list. It's not a fragrance you smell on just anybody. A lot of people might not even appreciate this scent. And it's another one that I really have to be in the mood to wear or find the right place to wear before I can pull for this one. Definitely a 10 out of 10 from Amouage. Definitely one I think certain people might not enjoy. It's also one I think is a masterpiece. So guys, that's King Blue by Amouage, and we move on to the next one. So the next fragrance I'm going to be sharing is one of my favorite spicy fragrances. It's also one of my favorite leathery fragrances, and it's none other than Guerlain's Bois Mysterieux. Bois Mysterieux is one of those fragrances I really enjoy, and this is one of those fragrances from my collection that I have a special connection with. This is a really special fragrance to me. This fragrance defines my taste, and yes, this is one of those complex fragrances on my list that I will mostly pull for. And with this fragrance, I really don't care who's there or where I'm going. If I really want to wear this fragrance, I will wear this fragrance. And yeah, it does have that unique edge. It does have that complex quality to it. Not everybody will like this one, but it's one of those fragrances that I hold really dearly to my heart. And yes, that's why it's on my list. But what we have here is all about spices and leather. And even though there's no spicy note listed with this one, you can just get that leathery, spicy quality. And I believe the spicy note that's used in here is cumin. And you guys know how I like cumin. And yeah, the note of cumin for most people is just off-putting. But for me, I find cumin to be sexy. And the cumin in here, plus that leather, plus some other notes that are in this fragrance, just makes for a masterpiece in my opinion, and that's why this one is on my list. It's a unique fragrance. It's one that's not for everyone. It's one that's quite complex in the composition. It's definitely one for the cooler weather. It's one that really projects and shines a lot, and this fragrance is really sexy in the air, at least for people that enjoy this kind of scent profile, at least for people that enjoy fragrances like this. So guys, let me know if you've tried Bois Mysterieux by Guerlain, and let me know what you think about this one in the comments below. So the next fragrance I'm going to be sharing is one of my most expensive fragrances from my collection, and it's none other than Roja's Parfum de la Nuit number 2. Yes, there's a Parfum de la Nuit number 1, there's a number 2, and there's a number 3, and this is number 2, guys. This is a unique fragrance. This is an expensive smelling fragrance. I mean, some fragrances are expensive, but they don't smell expensive. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but yeah, this one is an expensive fragrance that smells quite expensive. You can just tell from going like this, the quality of the ingredients in here. Yeah, I can pick up the oud in here. I can pick up that like a resinous quality in here. And then this one, I believe, has either civet or castoreum. I'm not sure which of those notes that's used in this fragrance, but yeah, it's just a complex, unique smelling fragrance that I personally find to be sexy. I find this one to be really bold and sophisticated. So if you like those kind of fragrances, then this is one I highly recommend. I'm not sure this fragrance is still in production because I don't see it anywhere, even on the website. But yeah, if you know this fragrance or if you've tried this fragrance, then you know what I'm talking about. It's quite unique, it's quite complex with a bunch of notes, and you know how Roja makes fragrances like this. I believe there's more than 10 notes listed with this fragrance. And some of those notes are total balsam. There's some ambery quality in here. There's some patchouli listed in here. There's labdanum, there's papyrus. There's a lot of things, guys. Such a great fragrance, and one I really appreciate the art in here. And when I smelled this fragrance at the time, I just couldn't help myself, and I had to cop this one. Because again, this is one of those fragrances I find difficult to wear or find the right place to wear. Personally, I wouldn't wear fragrances like this to run errands. I also wouldn't wear a fragrance like this to the office or even to the hospital or a place that I can easily offend people. Most of these fragrances are not fragrances that the average person would appreciate. These are fragrances that fragrance of frag heads and fragrance collectors would appreciate and enjoy. There's probably 1 or 2 fragrances in there that the average person would appreciate. But again, guys, it is what it is. And that's Roja's Parfum de la Nuit number 2. And we move on to number 1. So coming at number 1, we have a fragrance from kind of a small niche fragrance house, or maybe an indie house. And it's none other than Oud Indochine by Maksim Perfume. This fragrance is for the collectors. This fragrance is for the big boys. This fragrance is for oud lovers. And I'm not talking regular oud lovers. This is what I call a big boy oud kind of fragrance. Yeah. You have to really enjoy those in your face, funky oud smelling fragrances to appreciate this one. This is also a really expensive fragrance. And yes, this one was sent to me by the brand. And I'm really grateful that I have a fragrance like this. So this is a high quality oud fragrance. And from what I know of this brand, they use really high quality ingredients for the fragrances. And this is all about oud, but we have some sweetness in here from dark chocolate, I believe. There's some spices in here. I believe there's also some vanilla in here as well. But yeah, the oud is in your face. It's straight up oud to my nose with some spices in the background. But yeah, it's a complex fragrance. This one is also a unique fragrance. This one is not one that everybody would appreciate. And with this fragrance, you have to really like heavy oud fragrances, heavy leather fragrances for you to appreciate this one. It's one of my favorite fragrances from the brand because at the time when this fragrance was sent to me, I was sent along some samples and this one really stood out to me, and I'm glad I have this bottle here. So guys, if you're looking for really high quality fragrances that go into this direction from Bortnikoff, then you should check this house out. They have really great releases, really unique creations, especially around oud and leathers and things like that. Definitely check them out, and it's one I highly recommend. One of my most unique fragrances in my collection, one of my most complex fragrances in my collection, and guys, that's Oud Indochine by Maksim Perfumes. So there you have it, guys. Those were 10 fragrances that I find to be really unique. I also find these fragrances to be quite complex, and yeah, some of these fragrances would turn heads. I'm not sure why they would turn heads, but yeah, they would definitely strike a reaction from people, and people might either ask you what you're wearing or people might just stay away from you. That's what you get with fragrances like this. I personally enjoy fragrances like this, and I wanted to share them with you guys. So let me know what you think about my list. Let me know if you're familiar with these fragrances, and leave a comment in the comments below letting me know what your most unique fragrance is from your collection. I'm gonna keep it moving, guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, please stay safe and bye-bye.